right now. Not ready to do this? Alright then, let's go. The KEZZYMANIC Radio Show. Yes, and welcome to another edition of the KEZZYMANIC Radio Show. Once again, I'm your host, Mr. KEZZYMANIC himself, also known as OMC Dada. Today's show is sponsored by the Always Remember You Are Loved book series by Angela D. Washington. These books deal with a child's curiosity into such issues as absentee parents, dealing with the loss of a loved one, and bullying in school. You can find these books at angelasdiary.com. Anyway, before I get into tonight's topic, I'd like to talk about last week's show. I got a lot of feedback. Most of it was good, but there was some constructive criticism. A lot of people say I came off kind of racist, which I don't really see because all I talked about was black people. But I guess people are entitled to their opinions. But also, I told a lot of people I was doing a podcast, and people were like, really? Like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm doing a podcast. I mean, I do a lot of things. I rap. I illustrate books. I do this, you know. You can't just stay in one lane. You got to put yourself out there in many different vehicles to see what you're good at. You know, life's short. Can't live your life like you're gonna be here forever because you know life is short. Do what you want to do. But anyway, let me get into this week's topic. I had a lot of people give me different suggestions of what I should talk about this week. And I was going to go in a totally different direction. I was going to go relationship-wise. But somebody they hey, talk about the youth. Talk about these young people. You know, how they just wilding the fuck out. Doing what the hell they want to do with no consequences. Live fast, die young. So this is the topic this week. Young and dumb versus old and wise. And as usual, you know I gotta change the music before I get into my thing. So let's do that right now. See, when I was a kid, I mean a young kid. Growing up in the late 70s, early 80s, man, I could not wait to be a grown-up. Because grown-ups, they got to do whatever they wanted to do, go wherever they wanted to go, and didn't have to answer to nobody, especially if you was a man. And as a kid, we knew our place. We did what we were told. We kept our mouth shut when grown folks was talking, and we never, ever disrespected our elders, whether we was related to them or not. But now, these kids, teenagers especially, cause they have adult bodies with a child's mind, which makes them extremely dangerous. They don't want to grow up. I guess they want to be a Toys R Us kid. But no, they don't want to grow up. They want to be grown, but they don't want the responsibilities of being a grown-up. I guess they rather lay up in mom's house, eat up all the food, have her wash they dirty skid mark drawers, then go kick it with the homies to whenever. So why grow up if you can do everything a grown-up can as a kid with no drawbacks, that's a sweet deal. I think I'd take that deal too. But somebody's got to speak up. I mean, I work with a lot of young people, mostly young men, and it's kind of rowdy. Don't get me wrong, I like young people. I like their energy, their vigor, their overall lust for life. Being around young people keeps me young. But sometimes the negative outweighs the positive. Like they say, it's a shame youth is wasted on the young. It's like they know what they have, but they don't know what they have. The most valuable commodity on earth, which is time. And even though time is an earthly concept, in this three-dimensional plane, the illusion is our reality for now. But anyway, these young men that I work with, it seems like they're all in competition with each other to be that alpha male. They cut each other down, throw each other under the bus, all over young people insecurities. It's like they don't want the other to shine in fear they may block their shine, which is a true sign of immaturity. I mean, they even take shots at me, saying things like, "What's up, old man? Back in your day." You know, slick disrespect for shit like that. But I'm like, yeah, I'm old. I'm older than you. And instead of trying to diss, you need to try to get some knowledge. I mean, I've been around for a minute, so it's quite evident that I have survival skills that I've acquired over the years. Some things can only come in time. All growth happens over time, whether it be physical, spiritual, even mental. No tree grows to full size overnight. But knowledge is like water. If the ground is hard, like most of the heads of these young people, it won't soak in. It'll just sit on the surface. Universal laws ain't affect people. It's like that Cheez-Its commercial where they say, we wait for our cheese to mature before we put it into our product. And as for me, I'm that old lion. Been there, done that. I'm not trying to compete with these young fools. I've been where you trying to go. Young people put too much value on shit that don't really matter. Like big name clothes, taking pictures with they money, getting in fights and putting that shit on World Star. Being a man means more than being able to defend yourself physically and verbally, but also spiritually. Because Satan is always on the attack. A lot of our young people are lost with no direction, no focus, and no proper role models. They just out here, just floating in the wind. That's why us older cats with sense in our head need to stand up and not let these low-life fools have dominion over our youth. I think it becomes innate in us to pass on knowledge that we've acquired over the years down to the youth. It's the circle of life. As my time becomes shorter, consciously or unconsciously, I realize that what I've obtained and the purpose of this knowledge is to be passed down for generation to generation. But knowledge is one thing. that knowledge has to be applied. So it's up to our young people to take that knowledge and apply it. Because in order to be old and wise, you can't be young and dumb. In other words, don't let being young, wild, and free make you end up being young, wild, and dead. Like they say, check yourself before you wreck yourself. So I'm going to end the show on that note. Much love to all my listeners taking time out your busy schedule to listen to me. I really appreciate that. What up, Liz? But anyway, I'm going to get up out of here. I got money to get. And I'm going to holler at y'all next week. Peace. We out.